وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sunnahfollowers, and everybody watching us in social media, inshallah. Today, Brother Mohammed, Jazakallah khair, Brother Mohammed, we're going to have a very important talk. This topic, Allah Azza wa Jal order us in the household to be united.
Absolutely.
How to be honor each other, respect each other, father and mother, husband and wife, son and daughter, and family.
Mhm.
And in fact, Brother Muhammad also, is Allah Azza wa Jalla ordered us in the Quran and many ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah said, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ أُخْوَةٌ. Brothers and sisters, they are إخوة. فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخَوَيْكُمْ. Always do connected, join together. And even Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, many ahadith Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, Al-Muslim, Akhul Muslim. Now, you sometimes my sibling, my brother.
Mhm.
In Islam, you are my brother. We are different family, but we are brother.
Sure.
And Sunnahfollowers, and if you're watching us,
Brothers and sisters,
brother and sister, we are family.
of course.
The key here, we are sometimes in the household.
There's a difference between brother and sister in the house and brother sister out in the community.
Yeah, this we're gonna speak about this here.
Well, yeah, in the house.
In the house, yeah. Also, what do you think about the foundation of the brotherhood, the foundation of brotherhood in the household?
That's a very important, very important question.
For everyone here to join us.
Yeah,
with
of course. I mean, we talk about parents, we talk about mothers and fathers, we talk about parenting, we talk about the social media, we talked about a lot of different things within our podcast out here. But what we never really talked about was the brother and sisterhood in the household, right? We kind of put that to the side because we always focused on what the problem is, but we never focused on the whole main story, where there's a big story that we go into these homes, and you just like I do, when we go into these houses, we go for one child, right? There's always that one kid that's causing the problems, one kid that's causing the issues. It's not all the kids. It's usually just one, maybe two kids out of the 5 kids or the 6 kids that everybody has. And the importance of it is what we're talking about here is understanding that there's a power between brothers and sisters that we don't really tap into, right? Between the siblings.
Like how?
Like they're growing up together.
Yes.
They're going through the same situations, right? They're both living in the same situation. They're both going to the same schools, maybe. They're both on the same wavelength. They're both watching the same, they're all watching the same social media. They're all watching the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. They're all going through the same thing. Why is one going down the wrong path and the rest of them are going in the right path?
Actually, reality.
It's a reality. It happens. I mean, we always we make a joke, but there's always that one bad apple in the family, right? We say that people say that all the time. We hear that all the time. We have to understand that there's a big power between the siblings. And I think a lot of times when that one kid that's causing a lot of problems, the rest of the siblings just say, okay, it's not in my hands. I'm going to focus on me. That's what the kids tell us, right? They tell, I'm going to do me. Let him mess himself up, and I'm going to take care of myself. And they always kind of put that one kid that's doing wrong on his own path. And then the rest of them just kind of focus on themselves, not realizing that there's an untapped power between siblings. To have a sit down with your brother. Look, I know what's going on. I understand what's going on. What are you going through? Let me help you. Partnership. I'm your brother. I'm your sister. Let me fix this. Let's fix this together. What's going on between you and mom and dad? Mom and dad doesn't understand, but I do because I'm with you. Right? Mom and dad doesn't understand because they're old or they're from overseas, or how many times do you get that when we go to the parents? And my parents are from overseas. They don't get it. They don't live like us.
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah. You're right. Even my kids. My own kids. Sometimes, you came from Palestine.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah.
But that's the thing where the siblings come into play. Right? Siblings are with you. They're born with you. They're born in the West. They're born in the same household. So they know what you're going through. So that's where I think as a family unit can fix the situation with one kid.
But we can.
You can, of course, you can.
We can.
You can. That's the goal, I think, to let people know that.
But I mean, there has to be responsibility from the parents toward the kids then they grow up. Is that?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So we always, we like to put the parents on full blast. Let's put the parents on blast, right? Because I know a lot of times we say it's the parents, it's the parents, it's the parents.
Yes.
Right. And we understand that when kids are being born or being raised, it really depends on how you start it, right? As the kid grows up, you can't start something when the kid's 15, right, or 16.
Oh,
you have to start it when they're born.
Yeah.
Right. And so they kind of instill that. Okay, let's say for example you have your first kid is a boy, and the next kid comes out as a girl. So now you have an older brother. So it's responsibility as the parents to say to the older brother, starting at the youngest age,
Oh.
hey, this is your little sister. You're the protector. You're the protector.
You're supposed to.
You're
Yeah, I
supposed
love
to.
that. Yes.
So let me teach you as a father, as a mother, let me teach you how to protect your sister if I'm not around, or when and so you instill that at a younger age in like little seeds, right? You plant them here, you plant them there, you plant them here. This is your sister. You got to take care of her. You got to watch her back. You got to make sure, because at the end of the day, what happens when they get older? The boy grows up and the girl grows up, and the boy is going to be the defender.
Yeah, in fact, I grew up with 5 sisters.
Oof.
And 2 brothers. And we are 8.
Yeah.
And the older son. The key for everyone here to understand, the parents, my father, and especially my mom, Ibrahim, your sister. I do karate just to defend my sister.
But that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Until now, by the way, we are until now, for years we are like this.
Yeah, and I think we lose that here in the West. We've kind of lost that grounds when it comes to siblings. You see so many times where people, brothers want to open up a business together or do something together, and one brother screws over the other brother, and the one brother wants to do something with his sister, and the sister screws over the brother. There's so many things that has been happening right now within our own community. Because when I look outside the other communities, when I see other communities and how they help each other, how they guide each other, how one person comes over here and then the whole community puts a lot of effort into that one person. The one person becomes super successful, no bills on them, no mortgages, no nothing. I see this happening in other communities, whereas for our own community, we just kind of, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. That person's going through something. That's not my problem. We have a reason why we have so many kids, so many siblings. And I think that understanding the power of what a sister and a brother have and how they can help each other can really make a big change in each other's coexistence.
You just mentioned about the sisters. If the sisters know you are the soul of the woman, the females, attached to the throne of Allah. The throne of Allah. When I grew up, the key, if the parents doing that, my father always, the soul of your sister, ruh, ukhtak, in the throne of Allah.
Well, we have to put that in them as they're growing up.
Exactly.
Right? You have to keep pushing that on them.
Yeah, but what about 15, 16, 17 years? That is actually will become mature adults, become a different world.
Absolutely.
And the majority of them, the whole world in his hand.
Yeah.
In his hand.
They have the whole social media and everything.
But we want to speak how this brother or the parents, regardless a father only or divorced or woman or the mother, to encourage his son to be attached to his sister and his daughter.
So you have
need like a method.
I understand what you're saying, but you have to understand too. There's a lot of parents out there that don't emphasize these things.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And so we can't. How and the people on Sunnahfollowers, maybe they know somebody in the situation that we're talking about, right? Because there's a lot of parents who are so focused on just surviving or on just themselves, or they're so exhausted from certain things, from working or from doing whatever they got to do. There's a time right now where we have to start telling these parents that are so focused on the outside, right? They're always focused on the outside, that they have to take a step back and say, let me focus on what's happening in my own home.
To fix there, exactly.
We work, we spend the money, we try to make all this money, but then we kind of forget that what are you spending your money for? How many times have we gone into these houses, these $1,000, $1 million homes, and there's so much turmoil, there's so much anger, there's so many issues, because people, they have this perception that money buys happiness. And it's no, you have to be happy within yourselves. Then the money will increase that happiness.
Exactly.
But you can't buy, so because I've seen it where these kids have cars, these kids have the beautiful houses, these kids have everything, and they're miserable.
Agree.
They're miserable.
Agree 100%.
And when we go in, we're like, mashallah, this house, I can put 7 of my apartments in here.
Yes.
And when we come in and we say, no, these kids are very ungrateful. These kids don't know how to appreciate what they have. And then you see where one kid is bad, but the rest of the siblings are doing good, and mashallah, and everybody's, well, what happened here? These are all being born at the same time. They're all being raised in the same area. They're all being under the same roof. Why is these 4 kids doing great and this one kid doing bad?
I mean, that person good, the parents is the key. Who is behind the child?
There's a key to understanding, especially when we have the first sibling, right? With the first sibling, the first kid that's always being born, what do parents usually do?
Responsible everything.
Well, their parents, for some reason, we like to spoil, we like to bring them everything, we like to give them everything, and we like to push and show, and then the second one comes, oh, here's all the leftovers from the first kid. Right? And the third one comes, here's the triple leftovers.
Yeah, but we're gonna speak further also. We want really for the parents, number one, and whoever listen to us in social media, to be responsible about to brother and sister, how to be responsible, how to be really encourage my child to be responsible of your brother or sister, brother and sister. How to be responsible, regardless of the age.
It doesn't matter the age. What it matters is the siblings know how to talk to each other.
Oh,
right. We have to remember, like, you have an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old, or 18-year-old and a 17-year-old. They're not far behind, right? Or you have an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old. They're not far behind. You can tell that 15-year-old boy, if your 15-year-old brother or your 15-year-old sister, I've been through what you've been through already. I've been that school year. I've been through that stuff. I know mom and dad are like this. I know mom and dad are like that. But let me help you.
But I love this. But some people, they let it right.
Well, okay, yeah, and you get it. You what is it? What do they call it? It's they want to learn the hard way.
Yes,
right.
Believe me, a lot of kids.
Yeah, they want to learn the hard way.
Yeah,
and
they destroy their lives.
And destroy their lives in the process. And if you tell me that 20 years ago, 30, well, no, maybe 30 years ago, before social media, before all this stuff was coming through, I would say yes, learn the hard way. Good. But now you have so many people videotaping, watching. Your history is live online.
Oh,
right. It's live online.
Yeah,
so when you are 15 or 18 and you're causing a ruckus and you're doing something stupid, everything's being recorded. So when it's time for you to grow up and get a job, that people forget that, well, 5 years ago you did this, 3 years ago you did that. I don't want to hire somebody who did this. I saw a video of you doing some crazy stuff. My company doesn't want people like this. So we tell our siblings, listen, I know mom and dad can be tough, or I know mom and dad can be rough, or I know mom and dad are too religious, or I know mom and dad are like this. Let me, as your sibling, help you understand why you shouldn't be doing these things.
But it's supposed to be in that tone,
yeah,
that sound.
Yes, absolutely.
But some people complete opposite. Oh, what do I have to do?
Yeah, yelling and the screaming. No, there's a tone.
It's the tone.
It's a tone. It's a tone.
The voice.
It's not just that. It's the presence. Right, be there. Your brother or sister is going through something. Be there. Sit with them. Right, sit with them. Have a discussion with them. Have a little talk. Have a little heart to heart. It might, and again, even if you've never done this before, it might be weird. It might be uncomfortable the first time, the second time, the third time. It's going to be very uncomfortable.
Step by step.
It's going to be weird. I've never done this before. How am I supposed to go and sit with my brother? Try it. You've never did it before, so what's going to happen?
Yes.
What you've been doing hasn't been working. So let's try something different. Have one of the siblings sit down with the brother or the sister that's going through something and say, what's going on?
Yeah. So believe me, if the household is stable between brother and sister and parents at the same time, the life actually be peace and tranquility in the house.
Oh yeah.
You bring this to yourself.
Of course.
To yourself.
You walk into people's homes that are good with each other, that there's love in there, that there's Islam in there. Like you can feel that. You can feel it.
Sometimes I enter the house, I feel very, very calm.
At peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
And sometimes the opposite.
Yeah. SubhanAllah. It's so weird because, I don't think people really understand the gravity of having somebody like one of us coming into your house. right? Come in, and you need help, you need something, call one of us that we can kind of get a sense before we even talk to you.
But the key also, everybody have to judge yourself as number one.
Yeah.
To judge really, I'm failing to fix my household. Let me try.
Mhm.
The key, not everybody, they think I am the best.
Or they think they're not doing anything wrong.
I mean, I am the best.
And the best. And
Yeah,
when you go and people like us come and say, look, this is what you're doing wrong, and you make a list, right? You say that you've done this. I went and I told families, stop saying I love you, right? Because that becomes, they say it every second, every minute, every.
Hold on. This is very important because everybody say, I love you, I love you.
Not everybody, but there's a amount. There's you say too much, it becomes just another word that comes out
like a habit.
A habit, and it's not not from your heart. Not from your heart.
I like that.
And for me, it's more like actions speak louder than words.
Allah.
Right?
Again?
Yeah, well, of course. Actions speak louder than words. Show.
You heard this statement, brother and sister?
And we say that statement a lot for other different things, but we don't really practice that. I tell them.
Hold on. Give us example about this.
So we go into these houses and you hear these kids say, oh, I love my mom and I feel bad for what I'm doing to my mom and my dad, but then the next day they're doing the same thing. Or the husband who says, yeah, I know my kids are a mess, I love my kids, and then you go into the house and you hear them yelling and screaming and they're fighting with each other.
Yeah.
Or I love my wife, but then they go outside the house to find another woman.
Now speak about a family, adults, male or female.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm adult in my family, but I become I'm talking myself now, become responsible. We are 8 kids.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 brothers and 5 sisters I am responsible.
Well, how exhausting is that?
In fact, maybe for me it was beautiful.
Okay.
I feel myself because I love until now.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes the daughter, adult, she become controlling the whole entire house, and even the boys. But the responsibility here between the ages, or the male or female? What exactly?
I think more or less it's the maturity level.
Allah,
right? The maturity level of that person.
Regardless about.
It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl.
Or age.
It's about the maturity level.
This is very important. Regardless of the age.
Doesn't matter the age.
Who's responsible? The one in charge. Mentality.
Absolutely.
His brain in right path.
Absolutely. And the one who can really see things for what it is. Right.
But a lot of kids and the most smart, intelligent. For example, somebody we know exactly in Texas. He think, and he's young. I'm gonna make millions and millions and millions. He speak about millions. For you, Baba, a Rolls Royce. For me, another Mercedes. And he have no job even. he not even finished his high school.
Mashallah. Yeah.
What we do about? But not only that kid, but a lot of things in America, in the Muslim world.
Well, we have a lot of. I think what ends up happening is a lot of our youth, and even we talk about teenagers. I'm also talking about 25 to 30-year-olds who see this stuff on social media, who think
they
want to imitate this stuff. And let me just please explain. Let me tell you,
very important, please.
One major thing, if you're going to get something from this podcast, it's social media is filtered. It's fake. Right? It's fake.
Social media is not reality.
It's not reality.
It's fake.
These 1-minute clips, 2-minute videos, 3-minute videos. It's 3 minutes. And then what happens after that, you don't even know.
Then you put yourself in trouble.
And a lot of times these kids, they'll tell me, well, this guy on TikTok, he showed me how to make $1 million.
Yes.
And so I laugh because I say, do you think if that guy had a way of making $1 million, he was going to share it with people?
I doubt.
No, it's not true. And a lot of times it's, well, you have to purchase this book, or you have to purchase his program, or you have to purchase this app if you want to make $1 million, or if you want to make $2 million. But you have to buy that guy's app, and then you have to work in that guy's app or do something for this guy. It's not real. It's not real. It's so fake. It's so filtered. I mean, there's many examples of people who, I'll give you a quick example. I mean, it's a little bit off topic to the side, but it's important. where we had these guys who were breaking into mansions, right? They're breaking into people's mansions and they're videotaping themselves drinking and look, this is how I made $1 million. They were going into these people's garage, look at my nice cars, my BMWs, and they have millions of followers. These people have millions of followers, and people are like, "Oh my God, how did he get his money?" Then 2 weeks later, he'd be in another mansion, and he would say, "Oh, I bought another mansion. Look how much money I have." Going to all these different cars, and then finally, boom! After I think 6 months, 7 months, this guy has 3 million followers. I think it was 3.5 million followers. The cops arrested them because they're breaking into people's mansions pretending they're rich.
Oh my Rab.
And so 3.5 million people are following these guys, watching these guys, thinking that this is real.
And they can fake.
And it's all fake.
No, listen, brother and sister, very important.
And so our kids are watching these things. Our siblings, our brothers, our sisters are watching these things. So that's why I tell you, it doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter man or woman. It doesn't matter. It matters maturity level.
Maturity and
responsibility.
And responsibility, yes. I mean, to have to make it like everybody busy.
Everybody's busy.
But this kind of busy, sometimes I forget my brother and sister. And not even that. Sometimes my deen, my religion, my salah.
Yeah, you miss your salahs. You miss. Yeah.
But that is disaster.
It is. But that's what this world is all about. That's why how many times have we said we're not built for this world, right? Muslims are not built for this world. This world is geared on making you break that bond between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what any religion doesn't, not just Islam. Every religion has the same problem.
Because I was Imam in South Carolina recently, and then I said one brother come every day before Salat al-Isha. Give me attention. Before Salat al-Isha, he's listening to us now. And not only that, his mother and he pray 4 rak'ah and 4 rak'ah and 3 rak'ah, and he's waiting for Isha. See what you did is a nafila, an extra. Say no, ya Sheikh. Dhuhr and Asr and Maghrib and waiting for Isha.
That's mashallah.
I said, oh my Rabb. I said, by the way, if you die before Maghrib, before you enter the masjid, Maghrib, after Maghrib he came, you die kafir. I said, why? Because you miss Salah. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you miss one Salah muta'ammidan, intentionally, you are out of the circle of Islam. That's scary. What Allah says, وَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Woe for who pray. الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ. The one he delayed the Salah. So Maki, it's a lot of our kids doing that. He's not a kid.
Yeah.
But our kids doing that.
But that's why I say it doesn't matter the age or it matters the maturity level and the responsibility level of that sibling. You talk to your older brother, you say, man, listen, I see you're going through a lot of stuff. You're going through a lot of frustration. Did you pray? Have you prayed? Can you do me a favor? Let's go. Go pray. Go do 4 rak'at. Go pray. Let's see how things work out. And a lot of times kids will say, I mean, subhanAllah, this happens a lot where kids will say, well, I stopped praying because my dua is not being fulfilled.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Brother, عن التواجد والدعم. The third question actually here. التواجد، ما معنى التواجد حقيقي مع الإخوة؟ هل جسدي فقط؟ Number 3.
So what does it mean to be there for your brothers?
How do we be, when I'm a father, I want my son, my daughter to be with your mother. How? We need some kind of strategy to encourage, not forcing.
Yeah. It's the way you want to kind of bring that idea and put that seed in their head. Right. So how do you
seed?
Yeah. So how do you, as a father or as a mother, how do you plant that seed in your kid's head about the love that you have for each other?
Seed.
The seed. And because at the end of the day, you might have an older sister and a younger brother.
Indeed.
I mean, subhanAllah, like it happens. So you have to start planting it as the kids grow up and the next kid comes. You start planting it little by little. This is your little brother. This is your little sister. This is how we have to show each other the love. This is what I want you to do. And then you as a father or as a mother with your siblings, let your kids see how you are with your siblings. Explain to them, look, we're in our 30s or we're in our 40s. Look how we are with each other. Look how we talk to each other.
Yeah, I like that.
Because your kids are watching you.
Indeed.
How many times have we talked about the kids mimicking? And kids copy what we do and say.
Yeah, a lot.
And we show them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
So you do it little by little.
Okay. Now, okay. And also, sometimes كلمة Allah mentioned that in Surah Ibrahim, كلمة طيبة, good words.
Good words, yeah.
That good words, just like a seed, and that seed, the care of it, become huge.
Oh yeah.
And that's fruit, and we can eat fruit.
Absolutely.
That's the seed. But our seed sometimes is not, the soil of the seed is not really
the foundation.
There's no nourishment.
Yeah.
But there's our kids.
Because we're so
not only that, even our parents.
Yeah. Because as we grow up and we live in these Western societies and the different cultures that we see out here, we're so taught that don't let anybody get in your way of your success. Right? Even us, we teach our kids, listen, when you go to school, you put blinders on and you're focusing on your education. You're going to school, don't let anybody distract you. That's outside of the house. When it comes to the inside of the house, okay, take off the blinders and look what's going on in your home. Right? We got to teach our kids, when we talk about distractions, we're talking about the outside world distractions. When you have a sibling who's falling down so many times, you got to help that sibling out. You're the one that's responsible. Now I see you, you're doing good in school, you're getting good grades. Come, hey, let me help you out. Let's see what's going on. You have trouble in math? You're having trouble in this class?
But not every kid's doing that. We are now go back, jump to the parents, how to make the kid, your son, your daughter, doing that for your.
If you haven't,
your kids.
If you haven't already established that at a young age. Yeah, if you haven't established that at a young age, it's going to be really hard to you to make that happen at a with a 10-year-old or with a 15-year-old.
But they want it.
So when I talk to the youth, the adults, 18, 17 siblings, when I sit there and I have these meetings with just the kids, not the parents, because we have these family meetings, and then I'll take the siblings outside, and I'll explain to them, look, your father and your mother are a mess. They're a mess. I'm gonna be honest. Your mom and dad, they're not doing too well with you guys. You guys had really a rough life. Your mom and dad are always arguing. They're always fighting with each other. They're not really a good
couple.
Not a good couple, but not a good role model for you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have to talk to the siblings at that age, at their level, and tell them, okay, who's the one that's really right now doing well for themselves? Well, my sister's going to college. Okay, let's talk to your sister. Let's see how we can utilize the sister's success to help you guys succeed at the same time, and kind of push your parents. Let's fix your parents by themselves, but at the same time, let's fix you guys.
There's some mistakes actually between brother and sister, of course, and we are just away from the kids, the brother and sister. We are like depart, even different rooms, but barely even to say Assalamu alaikum to each other.
That's happened so many times where we see people who grow up together, brothers and sisters.
But we need a solution.
So so as we grow up, siblings, brothers and sisters, when you get a certain age and you help your sibling so many times, and then you start to see your sibling taking advantage of you. Let's say, for example, you've given your sibling money, you've given your sibling a car, and they still don't do anything with it. They just, I want more. Can you give me this? Can you give me that? There's a certain point as an adult where you say, look, I have my own wife, I have my own kids, I gotta take care of my own family. I can't keep giving you and giving you and giving you. But you're not gonna break them off. Right? Because a lot of times we see these siblings, brothers who don't talk to each other for years. Right? You don't break off with that relationship with that brother or that sister.
No, what a household? The household. They part of each other from the household.
Well, you see that when we go to these houses where the kids kind of just don't talk to each other because they're afraid to talk to that one sibling who's bad. Right? We don't want to talk to him because he's not doing right.
But how to fix it? The two brothers in the house, and almost the same age, like 1 or 2 years, barely to say "Salam alaikum," good morning, how are you, what are you doing?
But think about it like this: how many times? I mean, when we get the calls, there's already so much tension in there that has been going on for months, if not years, right? So you think that fixing something that's been going on for that long is going to take one visit? Two visits?
No, you missed that.
No, I know what you're saying, because this kind of stuff it takes time to rebuild.
Inside the house?
Inside the house. You have to rebuild that.
rebuild
it, and
so
or
you miss it, and now have a new seeds.
yes,
And step
by
by
step, little by little.
step.
And again, we always talk about this. When you're starting something new in the house, when you're trying something
It
new,
becomes strange.
it becomes strange. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We get uncomfortable. We don't like change. Humans don't like change.
Oh,
We don't like change. But that's how you know you're doing something right, when you're uncomfortable. Right? We talked about the word love. We said, I told the guy, stop saying the family. You say that so much. There's a house where I said, just try that. Say one time that you love each other. Let me see how it feels. And it was like pulling teeth just to let the husband tell his wife that he loves you. Tell the husband or the father, tell your son. Let's see how it feels. And he said, brother, I just can't say it. I never said it when I was growing. My dad never said it to me. Why should I say it now? So there's total opposite of the other house that we just came into, where they always say it all the time. It became just a regular word. Where this house, they never said it. And I tried to say it, and they felt so uncomfortable. So I saw the father, he's starting to sweat.
But can we fix it?
Little by little.
How?
Little by little, step by step.
I need a strategy, an idea, intelligent.
You have to be uncomfortable to make the positive changes.
What?
Yeah.
How do I uncomfortable?
Yeah, you have to get that uncomfortableness in order to make the change in your house.
Come on, brother Mohammed. I want to learn. No, the brother and sister, I want to learn too. You
have to.
I know I don't have babies, but if somebody come to me, how to fix this? I love it. But but I want to learn how to fix two brother and sister with this kind of really a problem.
Try it one day where you go into a house and you see the issues. And if you see, because I've seen it, where it's the siblings just don't want to talk to each other.
Yes.
Don't want to be along with each other. Or listen, I'm doing me. I have to study. I have to focus on my school. And he's going through his own drama. I want to stay away from him. And then when you pull them out and you sit them together, you feel the awkwardness. Right?
Of course.
You feel the awkward. Well, I haven't sat with him in 2 years. Well, that's a problem.
Oh, I see.
That's a problem. And then you let them see, look how, and you see the weirdness, the way they're sitting, the way they're closing themselves off, the way they're not the nonverbals, right? That's kind of what I look for. I kind of look for the eye contact. I look to see where their hands are going, and you see the uncomfortableness. And every time you come and you sit down and say, okay, this is what I want you guys to do every day for 10 minutes. Don't say a word to each other. Just sit down like this. And break that uncomfortableness. Let it seep in until you get normal. Okay, now you've done this for 5 days. Now we're gonna work on saying Salaam Alaikum. That's it. Sit down, Salaam Alaikum, and go back to your rooms. That's it.
Yes.
And then it's little by little. Kifak, how are you? How was your day?
But the parents are supposed to be the one in charge with that, regardless male, being the father or the mother, have to be encouraged to do that for your child.
But that's the thing, right? When we go, the parents don't want to change either. They don't want to. Well, we're not doing anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. We raised him the same way we raised her. Well, that's the problem. They're two different people. You can't raise them the same exact way.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And he's a boy and he's a girl. How are you going to change? Raise them the same.
Okay. So how to give advice now, nasiha, for the sisters and the brother, whoever give the message, the parents here. I know we don't have kids in the group, but maybe in the future. But how to give advice for the brother or the sister to keep the blessing that Allah gave to you, both of you to have. Allah bless you, have brother and sister. And a lot of people do not have kids.
No, they have one kid and no siblings.
My point, how to make this kind of relationship between brother and sister, advice with them. No, he is your sister, he is your brother, is your part of your life, is part of your blood.
It's hard because when you talk about siblings, they were braced together, they were brought up together, they lived with each other, they know each other's buttons to push, how to make that person angry, how to make that person mad, how to make that person happy. They know how to do things to each other that will bother each other, right? So when you're a sibling and as you're growing up, and this is what I tell the older youth, right? Because at some point in every Muslim's life, we've been to a masjid. Every single time there's a point in our lives where we've been to a Friday prayer and we listen to khutbahs. I'm pretty sure there's times where you've heard khutbahs on brothers and sisters and siblings. I'm pretty sure you went to an
I always speak about it.
Yeah. So there's some times where you've heard it, and you probably said to yourself, sitting in that lecture, well, my mom and dad never told me this stuff.
That's the problem.
And so when you are in a masjid and you're hearing these things, what Islam is all about, and your parents maybe they don't know, or maybe they were brought up in a different way, right? So as a sibling, when you have that certain maturity level, that certain intelligence level, you got to be the one that says, okay, listen, I think we did things wrong. I think we did things wrong growing up. Mom and dad really didn't have the tools to teach us how to be good siblings to each other. Mom and dad didn't have the proper tools to teach us how to love each other the right way.
Yeah. My step brother, my father, my father had 3 wives.
Oh.
One of the brothers, actually, a step brother, he had 10 kids, 7 boys and 3 girls. One of the kids actually had a failed liver. And the brother and sister, they compete to give liver to his brother. Compete.
So.
And even the sister gave one. Actually, 2 brothers gave one, failed, and the sister gave one.
So.
And her husband said, no. Actually, no. You divorce me, I have to go to my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And now her husband loves her more because she sacrificed for her brother.
Absolutely.
To feed the family. And mashallah, he is the chief of the bank now. Mashallah.
So.
My point, the key, the parents have to really to have a strategy, thinking, intelligent word, nasiha, advice to the kids.
And so you this is something that we talk about with people who are about to get married, right? Premarital counseling, right? When I do the premarital counseling, I talk to them about children. How do you guys plan on raising your kids?
Oh, that's
right?
Now it's time to do that.
Well, yeah, I've been doing that for a couple of years and explaining to them, this is how you're going to make good, strong Muslim kids. And you guys have to be on the same page when it comes to the talking to the kids, right? The raising of the children, the Islamic lessons that you're going to be taught in the house. Every conversation you have in the house, no matter what kind of conversation, you're having, you have people over. I explain to them, just bring one little Islamic lesson in there. And what happens to that conversation? What happens to the whole qa'dah? That when you bring one little, what happens?
Actually, brother, I love this idea. Actually, one of the daughters, his name Bilal, is he failed in the first marriage, and he chose a sister to get married now. They went actually for counseling first. They would sit together, 1, 2, 1, 2, and now excellent couple. Why? They understand the meaning of marriage and connect
Absolutely.
Actually, it's good. I like, but this now is our topic here. Sorry, because you just brought it. How to? I want to get married. No, I'm married. Alhamdulillah. But for a person wants to get married.
Don't worry, Amy.
What kind of people you go to with advice? The couple for husband, the one she want to get it, he or she want to get married.
There has to be. I'm hoping, inshallah, maybe there's some imams out here and some sheikhs on here. Maybe there's some board members.
There's some in Texas, actually, some imams I know. Yeah.
You have to offer this service to the community that gives them the tools to understand what marriage is all about. Our youth they hear marriage, they think love and
sexual
relationships, hanging out, going out, having fun. They think these things that's all marriage is. And then for the 1 year, 2 years, they're having a blast. And then they have to sit down and get to know each other. And they're just like, oh, I don't like this person. But you've already done all this stuff.
In fact, years ago in Miami, I was in the Florida International University. One guy got married and more than $1 million years ago.
Oh yeah.
More than 1 million. Second day they got divorced. Second day.
Yeah.
I believe. Jazakallah khair. I'm gonna invite, advise the people. Really good idea for any couple want to get married. Go for a counselor and understand the mentality of each other.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't really hurt. Because a lot of times when we're doing these discussions and we're talking, it's funny because you'll start to see how maybe this isn't going to work. Let's stop this before, because we have daughters. Right, so let's stop this before you guys are not on the same page. Your expectations are this, your expectations are that, right? And you're not on the same page, so it's not going to work.
Well, sisters, Mohammed, it's very important. It's not only a desire. is a connection, husband, wife, to have a nation.
Yeah,
Beautiful
absolutely,
nation. That's the whole
absolutely.
point. Yeah,
I mean, the whole point. I mean, think about it like this: the whole point of marriage is what, to raise these kids up, to take over what you've started, right? Whatever you started, whether you started a business, whether maybe you started a masjid, maybe you started something, and you want to give that stuff to somebody. You want to give it to somebody who's going to be responsible, and you're going to be the one instilling that responsibility in those children.
Husband and wife when they get married, by the way, if they understand this, I have to understand why I'm getting married. To have kids, not to be rich only.
Yeah.
I want to have a family.
Yeah, of course.
The key, if the husband, wife, son and daughter, father and mother, they are connected to each other, guess what? Our level in the Jannah, more hasanat and reward and reward.
Of course.
Yeah, we are closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah, number one, Allah, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. Allah says in the Hijrah, the brotherhood, they are brothers, regardless of nationality, what color, what language.
It doesn't matter.
We are a family.
Yeah, absolutely.
فَأَصْلِحُوا. Allah is order for us to be brother and sister, and to fix the problem here. Yeah. SubhanAllah. Sometimes when I say this, people come to me and ask a question, I think it hurts so badly. Especially, yes, I have a big family. But sometimes actually, in America it's different, maybe.
Yeah.
In America, actually in Europe, maybe some other country, but I'm talking. I live in America more than 37 years. I see that a lot. So we want our family to be really united more and more, especially now we are targeted.
It's important too, because we forget that as brothers and sisters, we said at the beginning where there's so much power, right? So let's say your sister does get married, and then the guy that ends up marrying is not a good guy. As a brother, what's your responsibility?
Oh, go back. I mean, I have a sister, and that she will get married, and that person wants marry my sister, the man. I know he is a corrupted person, but I love him. No, believe it or not, I know some people.
Yeah, it happens.
But no, brother, I love him. I know, sister, he is so and so and so. He have drugs. He did this. He had money. What? How to fix this?
And see, we have this again. That's the Western mindset. This love and this hope, and that we're marrying for love. I'm marrying for love, and I have to kind of always explain to the newlyweds and the people speaking marriage. And speaking of the when they're coming to speak about marriage, I have to kind of sit them down and say, listen, love comes and goes, right? You love the person one day, you're gonna hate the person the next day. It's what you guys are kind of understanding what marriage is all about, right? What is marriage to you guys? Love is okay, khalas, we get it, but what else is there? Because one week you're gonna love the person, the next week you're gonna hate the person.
Any problem
comes up, oh khalas, I hate him.
Impossible to a couple get married to have a beautiful life all life.
No,
that's impossible.
I always say, if you have a couple who's never fought in their life, there's something going on. There's some secrets that people aren't saying. But at the end of the day, I explain to them, because a lot of times our kids, our youth right now, they're watching the social media stuff.
Oh.
And they see these Muslim couples who are videotaping their lives in Dubai, and they're videotaping their lives in Oman, or they're all over social media with, look at my cars and look at my houses, look how beautiful.
I see that.
It's so weird to me that these Muslim men are so open to showing their lives and their wives and to the whole world. It's weird, very, very weird to me to see this. And then our kids see this, our youth see this, and they say, well, I want to do the same thing that these people are doing. Look how happy they are. But are they really happy?
Not only that a lot of showing this, the envy.
Big time.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Al-aynu haqq." The evil eye, it's true.
It is.
Sometimes I bring, not only that, a person will have a beautiful car, thousands of dollars, and the social media, something can happen to the car, and even the person.
Or the kids. Because we see these Muslim couples in hijabat, there's the hijabi woman, and these guys wearing gold, they're so, mashallah, dressed like Arab, and they're so, they're the guys wearing gold, and he's got the gold watch on, and then they're carrying their kid, and they're showing their kids.
Maybe they're sad.
And I try to explain to these couples that look, that's all a fake, a facade.
Fake, yeah.
It's just to show, to get the views, because that's how they're getting their money.
إن الله لا يحب الفساد. Allah hate corruption like this.
Yes.
Allah hate it.
Yeah.
And still doing that means Allah hate that person. May Allah protect us.
I mean, inshallah. And you see how many followers those people have compared to the sheikh that's reading Quran on TikTok. Right? You see these guys with 8 million, 10 million followers, and the sheikh, mashallah, has 100,000 followers. Because our priorities have switched.
No, priorities.
Right? The priorities have switched within our youth, within the next generation. We talk about siblings, we talk about how to show love for each other, how to care for each other. But then social media and what they're seeing, what they're viewing. Well, if I help my brother, then I won't be able to do what I want to do, which is become like that guy on social media. Like, I want to become rich like that guy, and I can't focus on him. But he's your brother. He's going through a tough time.
Wallahi, if you give and help your brother and sister, the hadith, the whole world in your hand.
Absolutely.
You have a treasure to help.
Yeah.
Even Ibn Abbas, radiallahu anhu, who's the cousin of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is a family.
Mm-hmm.
In Ramadan, the whole i'tikaf in Ramadan under the black stone in Mecca. That's it. And they know, Ibn Abbas he's the cousin of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And suddenly somebody came whispering to him, not speak, whispering.
Mm-hmm.
What Ibn Abbas did, he took his shoes, he carried his shoes and run with him. See, Ibn Abbas, when he came back, I said, sounds strange. Every Ramadan, the whole month of Ramadan, next to Blackstone, Salah and Quran. What happened? You left with one person? I said, yes. And he said, La sayri khutwa. If you want one step from my brother, to help my brother, khayrun, better than i'tikaf, 70 years i'tikaf under the black stone, where in Mecca, just to help my brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Mashallah.
So the key,
that's the importance. That's how important it is.
Wallahi, that is stranger, but also, brother, we need, before we finish, advice for brother and sister in the household and the parents to make the kids unite. Because living in the Jannah is number one, plus peace and equality in the household.
I think one thing that I will say that I believe will help everybody is sabr, right?
Sabr.
Patience.
But sabr is not easy.
It's not easy.
And Allah said, many ayat, Inna Allah yuhibbu as-sabirin. You have sabr and patience. Sometimes
it's hard.
A lot of kids, I saw people, even in Qatar, in Dubai, people with this vaping.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not easy sabr. Maybe one time, teach us how to sabr.
I can't teach that. No, I cannot teach that. There's no one size fits all for when it comes to patience.
You need my father to come, but he died years ago. Yeah, I don't know how.
So there's levels of patience. There's also a level of understanding that as a responsible sibling, you can only do so much, right? But you can't stop trying.
I need advice for everyone which watching you, Mohammed.
So you as a sibling, I think a lot of people think that they're the ones that are responsible in the family, right? You ask any of my brothers, they'll be like, oh, I'm the responsible one. So if you're going to be the one that's responsible and you have not done anything to fix whatever the situation is at home with your siblings or really bonded with your siblings, even if your parents haven't taught you that, at a certain age in a person's life, 16, 17, 18, right from wrong. And you kind of understand, well, my parents, they haven't taught me certain things that I think I should learn automatically. I've sat in Dars Deans, I've sat in Quran classes, I've sat in the Friday schools, I've sat in lectures. I think I know that there's something going on in my house that's not right.
It's hard, brother.
So what I have to do as a sibling, I have to take a step back and say, okay, what have I done to improve the life of my sibling, my brother or my sister? And then you check off the boxes. Have you talked to them nicely? Have you tried taking them out and hanging out with them for a little bit? Or do you just leave and go, hey, my hands are clean. It's not my fault. It's not my problem. What have you done as a sibling in the past to try to fix the situation that's in the house? And if you haven't really done all you can do, that's when you have to start getting uncomfortable and doing the things that doesn't feel right because you haven't done it yet. Be a little bit more nicer. Be a little bit more patient. Sit down with your sibling.
Not every kid and youth actually, even like kids in hard.
It's very hard. It's because we say
how the parents encourage.
It's very if the parents hasn't started it yet or started it when they were younger, what makes you think they're going to be able to start it when they're older?
But the family,
and that's where you gotta ask for help from a professional person, whether it's from a sheikh, whether it's from a board member, whether it's from a Muslim in the community.
Somebody you trust.
Somebody you trust.
And his household comfortable, good.
And let me just say this to whoever's out here: who is this person? Who is this counselor? Whoever this therapist is, whoever is that Muslim that's going to be called into like us, right? The people who are like us who do these types of things, who go into these homes. It's your responsibility as a Muslim person, as a Muslim brother, as a Muslim sister, that when you're going into these houses, you got to leave everything confidential. Everything has to stay confidential. I think a lot of times our brothers and sisters don't want to ask for help. Why? Because they're afraid of the community finding out what's happening in their house.
You're right.
The first thing I do when I come to some of these houses, please don't tell anybody that I'm coming to your house. And if you see me out in the community, say your salams, but don't mention anything to me about the house in front of anybody. I might be walking with my wife. I might be walking with my kids. I might be walking with my siblings. I don't want anybody to know what's going on in your house. So whatever happens in this house stays in this house. So if you're a therapist, if you're a sheikh, if you're an imam, and you're going to these homes, you have a Islamic ruling of making sure that everything stays confidential. It's haram.
SubhanAllah. The first hadith al-Bukhari and Muslim, the first hadith al-Bukhari and Muslim. What is the basic? إنما الأعمال بالنيات. Everybody with his own intention. If I want my intention to have my household to be perfect household, I have to work.
You have to work. It's hard work.
I'm not feeling shy.
No.
Plus, another hadith, Rasul Prophet Muhammad قال الدين النصيحة. The whole deen is advice to each other.
That's it.
Accept the advice.
Accept the advice. And understand that if I'm coming, or if you're coming, or if somebody's coming to your house who's more knowledgeable than you, who has more experience than you, who has their life together, take the advice.
Yes, I agree with you 100. Honestly, my wife, my son, sometimes my daughter give me advice. And my friends give me advice. I accept that. For example, sometimes Khutbah al-Jum'ah, what's going on in Palestine here, they give me advice how to deal because they are worried about me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thank you, Jazakallah khair. I accept the advice. I fix my emotion.
But see, you're okay with looking into yourself and seeing what you're doing wrong and saying, okay, I think they're right. I'm going to fix it.
Yeah. The key what? To accept
it.
To accept my mistake, to fix my mistake, to be something good after.
So let me ask you this then. When you accept this, do you feel like less of a man?
Oh, that's big things.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing, right? Well, us men, we don't like to take advice from anybody.
Yeah.
Because we're Islam, we're men, we're Zalamas. We don't need help. I don't need some guy to come to my house and tell me how to raise my kid. Well, you do because your kid's a mess.
In fact, whoever asked this question, I'm sorry, brother and sister, whoever adults, the problem is you.
Yeah.
If you say no, why give me advice? Accept the advice because who? Prophet Muhammad, not Muhammad Ziedeh.
No.
Muhammad said, الدين النصيحة. The deen, the religion is advice.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Advice to everyone.
Yeah. And I walk into these homes and the first thing I always say is, look, I'm not a sheikh, I'm not an imam, I'm not a scholar, but what I do have is experience. And we come into these homes with the experience of understanding and feeling what's happening in the house, listening to the people talk, listening to the way they do talk to each other, and seeing how the siblings interact with each other. Right? We sat down and we would see these siblings, the way they look at each other, the way the eyes roll when the other sibling talks, or the way the other person just scoffs, or oh my God, like that those little subtle things that these siblings say, and you say, okay, this is the situation that we have here. These siblings are broken apart. Then now the solution is we have to fix this problem.
I mean, the parents.
The parents. And then you sit there with parents and you explain to the parents, do you not see what I'm seeing? But they don't see it because they live it. So they're used to it. It's the normal. So when you have somebody on the outside coming in and showing you what the problems are, take that advice.
Yes.
And work with what that person is trying to tell you.
Prophet Muhammad said that. The Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam say that. Give advice, accept the advice.
Yeah.
Brother and sister, we have no time, inshallah, almost. If you have any question and comments to add to that, inshallah, we are welcome to speak, inshallah. I mean, before finishing, Brother Muhammad, really very interested topic, especially what's going on right now. Jazakallah khair for that. But we need final advice to whoever listening to us in social media and whoever watching us right now. And this actually, in my place, I sent it to Malaysia and here, the China. I live it. We want really advice for everyone from you, Jazakallah, because this topic is very important.
It's a big topic.
Yeah,
it's a huge topic.
Yeah, how to make our kids really related to each other, related to the parents, to make our household a castle.
If you want,
regardless one bedroom apartment or one room apartment, to be also sealed.
And I think that's another problem, right? We think the bigger the house, the better the family.
No, trust me,
it's not.
Yeah,
it's not, to me, at least, the smaller the house, the less space you have to move around and hide from each other.
That's why when I have another house, or leave this house,
make smaller
house. Because only me and my
you only need what you need.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest advices I could say is lead by example.
Yeah, the brother is here. The library here and there upstairs.
We can put them in the wall. Right? But we talk to
give advice to everyone.
The biggest word of advice is leading by example.
Lead by example.
Leading by
example. The example.
Be the example for your kids. If you're a grown up and you're the parents and you have siblings, let the kids see how you interact with each other.
Okay. Now I can start now.
Yeah, of course.
Can I start now?
Yes.
Regardless my age.
You can start now, but again, if you haven't done certain things that we're asking you to do right now, and you're trying to change the way that your siblings are with each other, that you and your siblings are, it's going to be very uncomfortable for weeks. Very, very uncomfortable for weeks because you're trying something in the beginning. You're going to try something different. You're going to switch the script of how your relationship is.
I like that.
Once you switch the script and once you'll start to slowly turn the knob on the relationship, you're going to start to feel very uncomfortable. You're going to start to feel some type of weird way.
There's some struggling.
And you're going to struggle. It's going to struggle. You're going to struggle for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. But then you're going to say, okay, that's one switch. Now I'm going to go to the next switch. Now I'm going to start getting closer.
I like that.
And then your kids are going to see how you are with each other.
You're the example.
You're the example. You husband and wife are going to talk about your siblings in front of your children. They're going to see how you're talking about your siblings. They're going to learn because they're going to say, oh, you said this about uncle, blah, blah, blah. And you're exactly right. He is like this. Because your kids are watching the way you're talking about your siblings. Because we talk about each other in the household. You have to lead by example. And you have to start to move the switch back to positivity, little by little.
Okay, I mean, be optimistic.
We're Muslims. We're supposed to be optimistic all the time.
Yeah,
even through everything we're going through right now, we still have to be optimistic.
When I was in the hospital, very, very, very sick, my wife had a whiteboard in the hospital, 2 statements, Arabic and English. In Arabic, خليك متفائل. English, be optimistic. I wake up from my coma, my medicine. I wake up, I say this statement. Be optimistic. خليك متفائل. And my wife, big smile. I'm sick long time.
Yeah.
The key, brother and sister, yes.
Yeah.
Try your best of the best to fix your problem, but you have to admit your problem.
Yeah.
Every household, by the way, as far we are Muslims, we always have problems.
Always. There's always problems.
Allah said that in Surah Al-Ankabut. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. We think we are Muslimin, we are believing Allah, we pray, there's no trials, tribulation, hardship. وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. We give a trial, tribulation for the people before us.
Yeah.
To what? To distinguish the truthful one and the liar one. Be truthful. and fix the problem before we're going to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah Azza wa Jal guide us always the right path. Inshallah, Brother Muhammad, always an honor to be here, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, bless you all, inshallah. May Allah gather us, all of us for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You have a question, let us know, but time is done. 1 minute. Sister Anisa, 1 minute.
Alhamdulillah. No questions on Zoom.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
And I'd like to add that we have to make sure our homes are halal, which means that we have to make sure that we're dressing properly, we're speaking properly, we're out in the public correctly. Because if we're not, Allah is going to punish us. You got to do the right thing. You got to be halal in your homes and when you come out. So you got to instruct your family how to dress, how to talk, how to act, and who to be around. We do not mingle, we do not mix. Women do not. We do not mix, we do not mingle. I just got to say that. Allah has separated us from the men. We got to be careful that we don't push our wives or our sisters out in the world unnecessarily in an unmannered way. SubhanAllah. I just want to add that.
All of us, brother and sister, subhanakallah wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.